Hey, this is Richard Roop, and I got Neil Timmins here, the man. How are you, buddy?
Good, Ed. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Look, I know you got this program, this 20x profit program that you put together for real estate investors. I'm pretty excited because it's tied to a live event. I'm going to be at the event and I know a lot of people have already got their tickets and they're excited because
Yeah.
we have the Facebook group and all that.
Yeah.
And we have our silver and gold members. But I wanted you to explain, and we could put this video maybe on the enrollment page.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me, what is this program? What is the purpose of this program?
Well, the purpose of the 20x profit program is to get people excited, to get them excited about taking advantage of commercial real estate and all the opportunities that exist today. And so the real purpose is to get them trained up so that I can connect, collaborate, and do some deals with folks and totally change their life.
Okay, I know that's your intention, and I know you are achieving that intention. We have done several 5-day challenges in July, August, September, and we already built this nice little community, which I know is the purpose for giving all this stuff, because the challenges were free, right?
Right. Yeah.
And you've actually given free copies of that to people that are interested that didn't go through the challenge, which, and by the way, you're giving away way too much for free, but I understand your intent.
Yeah.
Your intent is to create this community because you make your money doing deals. You make your money
doing deals.
Actually doing deals. And you're not a trainer, you're not a guru, you're not a coach per se. What you do is you do your own deals, and you've been doing deals with other people, and you want to expand on that. Okay. So I understand that you want to go ahead and teach people how you do your business, that most people don't think they're commercial real estate investors because they haven't been trained, or they think it's a little insiders club, or it's complicated. Well, what you've done is you've simplified it in an amazing way. Okay. And I've seen the proof because I've watched you do it 3 times.
Right.
And you teach everybody the basics, and they go out and they start getting deals and generating leads and getting contracts. We have people in those groups already have deals under contract.
Right.
Some of those people are going to be at our event at the end of the month in October here. And so I know what it will do for the folks is it will teach them how to, if they have any experience in real estate as an agent, a broker, but ideally as an investor, this is, I think, perfect for them, because a lot of investors, Neil, I think you'll agree, is they actually wait way too long before they get into these bigger deals, or they never get to them at all. Right.
You know what? It's a lot of them, they never get to them at all because they never think they can do it. And, for what I had to build, which I now share, I had to break it down for myself because I came from single families.
And I bet you learn that when you teach, you grow yourself. Exactly. It really helps. It helps your business.
You're exactly right.
And I see that enthusiasm on the group calls and in the training program itself, because you just created this program over the past couple of months. You did it in such a way where you can just do it. It's in the can. You can give it to someone and they go out and do the deals, right? And then if they want, they can get some support from you. They can partner with you. They can have you fund their deals, that type of thing. And that's what it's all about for you, is if you get people doing these deals, then they might come to you and partner on deals. So it's for deal flow. It's for deal flow.
Sooner or later, somebody somewhere is going to want to partner. They're going to want some help, and that's where we can connect and do a deal together. Amazing.
And one of the best support programs I've ever created for my real estate investors was kind of that joint venture type of partnership deal, because that's what they want. They want that, especially on their first deal. All right. And because you can help them. So I know that you do spend your time doing deals. So you've leveraged yourself by creating this home study. Now it's in the can. And then we're going to go ahead and record the boot camp. We're going to do a 2-day boot camp, record that. So that'll be in the can. But these live events, you can't replace them with home study or recordings. Okay. So the program is, if you're interested in learning this and having Neil teach you how to do it, and then support you in getting your first deal, and then maybe even partnering and have them fund it, then check out all the information. I'll go ahead and tell you exactly what the program is as far as I understand it. Neil, you tell me if I'm wrong.
Perfect.
There's a lot of challenges that investors are actually, I think, headed towards. All right, remember COVID? Everybody had to pivot. I think a lot of people are going to have to pivot in the real estate business coming up. One of the best ways to pivot is with your model. Your model, what's a capital multiplier deal? That's what you go after, right? Capital multiplier profits or formula, right?
Yeah.
It's a mom and pop local deal, commercial, in a short list of asset classes, which you explain, right? Which are the most popular, right? That people.
That's right. Exactly.
Right? And it's in maybe between $1 million and $10 million. So there's not a lot of hedge funds and other big investors going after it. There's very little competition. And what I discovered, Neil, is that these are dealing with these type of sellers. It's the same as dealing with a house. When you're negotiating with a seller, talking to the seller, buying a house from a seller, it's the same process, but the cash flow that you can create and the profits that you can get out of the deal are 20 times more than a house on average. I mean, I think your average is on your deals, yeah, you've been laid out a lot in the training, a lot of examples. I know you're going to go through a lot of examples at the event, as well as these deals that students that have already gotten started bring to the event. So if you sign up for this program, we want you to dive into your training instantly, get into action and bring deals to the event. That would be ideal, right? Okay. But this solves a lot of the problems that I think investors are going to face with changes with interest rates, with inflation, with the uncertain economy. All right. So that's why I'm excited. That's why I'm going to be there, right? And in fact, I'm going to do a session on negotiating with sellers, creative financing, structuring offers with sellers, getting them to be the bank, right?
Yes.
Which I know
it's going to be a killer session. It's going to be great. I'm excited about that.
And I know you've done that, and you do that. In fact, I think you did that with your last partner deal with Gabe.
I did. Yeah, I did it with my last partner deal with Gabe. Yeah, we bought a property and we negotiated seller financing to be put in place. You're exactly right.
And for how long?
For 20 years, we negotiated interest only payment at a fixed rate for 20 years.
For 5%.
5% fixed rate. Yeah.
Yeah. And they didn't want their money. They wanted income. And that's what and that's, so you're going to find these sellers, and we don't have, I'm just wanted to recap actually the offer and the program, because all of this stuff we discussed in the training.
In detail. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we do. So let me take a look at my outline here. All right. So, all right. I think there's 5 steps that people go through to have success with your system, Neil, when it's new to them. Yeah. Number 1, see the opportunity and become excited. Okay. So if you don't see the opportunity or you're excited yet, when you dive into the training, it'll be crystal clear and you will get excited. All right. And so the next step is to get trained. Yeah. So maybe someone got excited because they heard a webinar or something or read something, right? But now you got to get trained. So Neil's going to train you because you have to get trained, and nobody else teaches what Neil does. Then you got to take action. I know specifically that you've designed your training and your homework, and the process and all that is designed to make it easy, step by step, so it's easy to get into action. And we've seen the results of that. Okay. All right. So we want you to get into action and do your first deal. The purpose of this program is to get you to your first deal. And then the floodgates open. You learn so much. Don't you learn so much getting to your first deal?
First deal. Yeah, it's the hardest one. And as soon as you get to there, you're right. Everything the second time around becomes so much easier, and your speed to get the second deal becomes so much faster.
Well, part of the package, there's like a number of components to this program. One of those is the 20x profit challenge system. Okay, that's where you teach the basics. That's where you explain everything. You give them the tools, the paperwork, the scripts, the marketing, everything they need to go out, find deals, and get them under contract. And then your advanced system, the accelerator, the 20x profit accelerator, where you know all these things that they're going to come up against once they start doing deals, right? It's the next level.
Right.
So they get those. And so we got modules 1 through 5 is the basic training. We call that the challenge. 6 through 10 is to accelerate your success, overcome these issues that Neil knows you're going to need some help on, or you want some education on, as opposed to waiting years from trial and error. So that's why we call it the accelerator. So you're going to get trained, and then let's see, you're going to do your deal. All right. Then after you do your deal, you want to, like I said, you're creating a community.
Right.
So you want to connect and collaborate with other investors. That's why you're doing this, right? And then the real purpose is, which is solved a lot of the problems that you have, that you tell us, in other sessions, is that time freedom and that financial freedom, that whole thing that everybody wants when they get into real estate, but a lot of them just never get it, or it takes way too long. Okay. But a lot of them just never get there. They don't get that time freedom or that financial freedom. And the way to do that is not transactional investing, that now money, that quick cash. Everybody is addicted to this quick cash. I'm addicted to the quick cash. You're still doing the quick cash, the active deals. Right. It's hard to say no when you can make so much money on these deals.
Correct.
But everybody I've talked to that flips, that wholesales or does flips and flips or whatever, they always realize that they need to hold property to build wealth and cash flow, passive cash flow. That's what this program is about. Creating massive passive cash flow, and then that wealth building. Now, Neil, when you buy one of these mom and pop local, properties that people are probably driving by every day, right? What is the average cash flow?
Our average cash flow that we buy is $3,000 a month on average cash flow.
And for it to be a deal for you to buy, it's got to have at least 100,000 in profit potential.
In equity, yes. In profit potential, if we were to resell it, it's got to be at least $100,000 deal. Yeah.
Right. And then if you're going to hold property, I mean, you got to have a lot of houses with $200-300 a month positive cash flow to meet that 3 or 4. I know the last deal I looked at, you had like 5,500, a month
in cash flow. Yeah.
In cash flow.
Yeah.
And so you need the cash flow, and then you need that wealth building. But a lot of people don't do that because they don't want to be a landlord. They've tried it. They don't like it. What I like about commercial is it's easy to find people that are already trained to manage these commercial properties, and you teach people how to find that, so they don't have to have those landlording issues that you typically have with a bunch of houses.
It's so much easier to manage these things in the commercial world. It's night and day different. Yeah.
I know people are not building wealth and cash flow because they don't want to be a landlord. I know that.
Correct.
Richard,
you know what's funny? I'm in the business. I don't want to be a landlord either.
I don't either.
I want to be an owner, and that's a wealth building activity. It's totally different than doing the day-to-day landlording work. I don't want to be that.
Right. Yeah. So what you want to do is you actually want to do your first deal, but then you actually want to build your legacy portfolio. That's right? And you don't have to stop what else you're doing, right? Because this is could be a side hustle until it makes more sense to spend more time on this, which is what happened to you. You started focusing more on this because why not, right?
Right.
Okay. So when you join this program is $5,000. Okay. But there's 5 ways you don't have to pay for the program. So it's free. Okay. And we're going to make it really easy. We're making it really easy because time is short. You have this live event, and people have to come to the live event to be in this program.
That's right.
So what you've done, and obviously you're not trying to make money on the $5,000 because, and it kind of proves that it's all about deal flow for you, is it's $5,000, but they only pay the $5,000 when you've helped them close a deal and make over $100,000. Because if it doesn't have $100,000, it's not a capital multiplier deal. It's not a 20x deal. Now you can make money on those. You can flip them. You can wholesale them, which is what you've done on a number of your deals, right? And you've made $100,000 on those that you didn't even buy
multiple times this year. Yes,
this year I saw that list. All right, so when you join this program, you get trained. And if you don't, so how do you not pay the $5,000? Okay. So get trained and don't do a deal. Okay. If you don't do a deal, you don't have to pay the program fee. There is a $500 deposit because we're reserving your seats at the event, right? And we only have 100 seats, and we have people that are coming with, guests. We only have 100 seats. Okay. So if you sign up for this program, you put down a $500 refundable deposit, and then you can confirm that you're going to be at the event or not. Okay. It's required to be at the event, but if for some reason you can't come, if you know you can't come, don't sign up. Okay. But if you want to come and you need to figure it out, go ahead and put the deposit down. Go ahead and figure that out and let us know right away. There's going to be a deadline on that. We need to know some advance notice so we could, if you're not coming, we got to release those people that might be waiting. Okay. But sign up for the program, dive into the training, go ahead and make your planning. We'll give you all the information. There's information on the webpage to make your trip planning. And there's nothing like the type of people that I've seen that we put together that's going to be at this event. Amazing people. Real estate investing events are always fun.
They are.
But what's good is we got a very high caliber of folks coming because everybody's got the training in advance. I told you to do this. You're going to teach all this at your event. I said, sign them up for the event, give it to them all ahead of time, and then
Exactly.
we can go farther. So I'm really excited. That's why I'm excited to be there. All right. So one way is not to pay the fee would be to get trained and don't do a deal. So if you don't do a deal, you can ask for your deposit back, right? And well, actually, it doesn't cost you anything. We'll just shut off your training or whatever. Or you can keep the training, just keep your deposit hard, right? Have it go hard and keep full access to the training. And a lot of people will do that. But the $5,000 fee, right? So it's like $500 now and then $4,500 when you do a deal. You don't have to pay that if you never do a deal.
That's right. Hey, a deal that makes you at least $100,000.
Right. You can make 50 and still not pay it. Right.
Right. Correct.
All right. The other way not to pay it is if you decide to partner with Neil on a deal, he'll waive it.
That's right.
All right. And you don't have to do a partnership deal. It's not required. In fact, this is all designed for you to do this on your own. Okay. Right. All right. Now, if you find a deal and you don't want to own it because it's outside of your area, or it's not the type of property that you want to own, and you flip it to Neil and he buys it, you can flip it to him. He'll give you a nice
assignment fee. I'll pay for it. Yeah, you bet.
Assignment fee, right? And waive the $4,500, right?
Yep.
Or if you find a deal, and one of the things you get in this program is you get a deal evaluation certificate with Neil. So he'll help you one-on-one get your first deal evaluated, and closed and all of that. Okay. So, but if you find a deal and you want him to fund it, he'll go ahead and waive the $4,500 fee. Right. And then the other thing is once you get your deal and you share your story with Neil so that he can share it with others and inspire others, and ideally get on his podcast and tell your story, then he'll go ahead and waive the program fee. All right. So it's like a free program, but we both agree, Neil, this program is worth $5,000.
Absolutely worth $5,000. Yeah. Yes.
In fact, if they don't make if they make the 100,000 plus, that's a 20 times return on the $5,000. When they pay you the $5,000, when they're happy, they should be happy to pay you the $5,000 if they've done a deal, right? So
if I can give you $5,000, you give me a 20x return. In fact, I don't pay you till it's all done and actually made the money first.
Well, how many times have you? I've sold a lot of courses, right?
Yeah.
I know you haven't, and a lot of people say, "Hey, coach me, teach me, train me, give me your training. I'll pay for it after I have success." Right. I know if they don't have any skin in the game, they're just not going to use it, and they're not going to get any value. So it's like, have you ever wanted to invest in a program and only pay for it when you succeed? That's what we're doing here.
That's right.
right? And I think so. It should be irresistible for anybody interested in getting into commercial, or if they're already in commercial, they're all they need is a couple good nuggets out of each module, because there's so much leverage in commercial. The profits are so big. And again, it's a community. And we're not looking for those know-it-alls, people that know it all, right?
No,
Or
that's
they think
exactly right. There's going to be new
know it all.
stuff. You're going to be wide open to taking in some new information and applying it.
All right. So what this does is, why would you join this program? Because it will protect you because of the uncertainty and changes in the markets. A lot of people are concerned about that, and they're getting kind of paralyzed. This is your solution to that, as you'll learn. It also is for wealth and income growth, like we talked about, without risk. So you're going to learn how to generate leads, and Neil's has some tools and scripts and stuff, so you quickly can eliminate the non-deals, and then the ones that are potential deals, you can lock up risk-free, okay? Bigger deals, bigger profits per deal is the biggie, 20 times more profit than a single house deal. You're going to shave years off of if you were to gravitate towards this type of success in your real estate business, it usually would take many years.
Yeah.
This consolidates that. It's the fastest way and easiest way to get into commercial real estate. A lot of people think it's an idea, but again, they're confused. It's not clear to them. They're already making good money on residential. Why, dilute themselves? You can do this keep whatever you're doing and just add this to it. Okay. It's a lot easier than you think. All right. Now, did we talk about forced appreciation? When you buy a property, a lot of times you can instantly increase the value of the property. How do you do that?
Yeah. You're totally right. Through forcing appreciation, you do it by two ways. Ultimately increasing the income. So we want to increase income. We want to reduce expenses. At the bottom line grows. We force appreciation, and we get a multiplier effect on our equity.
And when you put it under contract, you make that plan so the day you close exactly what you're going to do the day you close. And on the day you close, I think one of your deals, you had $1 million in equity growth the day you closed, and 100,000. Was that Gabe's deal?
No, that was one I bought, a 3-pack of properties, which I took down. And you're right, a little over $1 million in equity the day I closed, and $102,000 in cash flow after paying the loan the day I closed.
Now we talk about one deal that might change your life. Your first deal could be like that.
Correct.
Right? Or it could be a minimum deal, right? But one deal could actually change someone's life, right?
Well, I think Richard, for a lot of folks, $3,000 a month in passive income will change your life, right?
Well, you know what? I looked to see what I could buy with an extra $3,000 a month, and I could buy the nicest car on the planet on a 5-year term.
Right.
If you want to get sexy about it.
Exactly.
All right, but these type of deals, you're probably driving by them every day. You can do it locally, you can do it virtually. But ideally, maybe you have some knowledge of your local marketplace, and it's a relationship building, because it's a kind of a small market to go after. So you keep going after them, and you kind of build this presence with the market and relationships, and you build relationships with brokers that send you their off-market deals, and all of these are off-market. None of them are on market.
Right.
And you have these brokers that send you their pocket list. And that's where most of the real deals go from commercial brokers, is to their small group of insiders. Is that right?
That's right. Their little buyer list, and that's it. They get it. They know who to call. They know who's got a reputation. They know who can close. And
their job is to sell it, not list it. So if they can sell it before they list it, you'll never see it. So Neil shows you how to build those relationships. A lot of different ways to find deals. Okay. And once you and then learn how to sift and sort them, and then learn how to quickly, and then learn how to know what to offer. You have tools on that. And then the paperwork and talking with the seller and handling their issues that come up, that's all covered. Okay. Absolutely. So this is perfect for experienced investors, anybody with some experience in real estate. anybody who's ready for that passive income and that wealth building. It's not really for people that are brand new. Okay, they've never done a deal, so it's really not for you if you've never done a real estate deal and don't have any real estate experience. If you've got a lot of training and you've never done a deal, we call those seminar junkies. They love the idea of making a lot of money, but for some reason they don't get into action. This community is of action takers. So if you feel you qualify, then great. And then again, if you feel you know it all, you can join, but you should be supporting the community, and you should be actually giving and taking. So if you do know it all, you should be giving a lot. Yep. That's my opinion, because this is kind of like it's a community. All right.
That's right.
Okay, so how do you qualify? Number one, decide you want to participate. Number two, go ahead and agree to pay the $5,000 after you've made $100,000 on your first capital multiplier deal that Neil teaches you how to do, and it gives you everything you need to do that, right? And three would be place that $500 refundable deposit and go ahead and plan on coming to the event at the end of October. All the information is on the webpage at 20xdeals.com. Okay. Then once you sign up, go ahead as soon as you can, start diving into your courses, right? You're given instant access to the Capital Multiplier Academy that we just created. It has the basic training, it's got the advanced training, and then we even have some additional what we call gold resources if you wanted to upgrade to like gold. Okay. So and then you would go ahead and come to that 2-day boot camp. So how do you get your $500 back? It's a refundable deposit. Number one, if you're not happy, if you felt you made a mistake and this is not for you, you got 30 days to cancel. We'll turn off your access and you'll give your money back, right? Number two, if you say you're going to we're expecting you to come to the event, but if you say I can't come to the event and I don't want to keep the training, then we'll give you your money back. You release your seat. If you come to the event and you're unhappy with the event, just let us know before the end of the event. We'll refund your deposit, and of course, you don't owe any money because you're not going to do a deal. and you could actually keep the training because you did make the effort of coming to the event. So you could keep everything if you were unhappy with it. In fact, here's my idea, Neil. I think anybody that gives it 90 days, after 90 days, they can go ahead and request their $500 back regardless, and you'll just, part ways, right?
We couldn't have crafted a better plan, a better avenue to be purely intentional with actually doing deals, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would love that. If you're not happy, this isn't the chosen path for you to do a deal for yourself, I will give you your money back. It's no problem.
Yeah. So that's like, so if you go to the event and you're unhappy, or if you get it and you're unhappy before the event, right? Or after 90 days, but before 6 months, because it can't go out forever. Between 3 and 6 months, if you want your money back and you're not using the information, you're not accessing it, you're not doing it, why own it, right?
Right.
All right. So what the package includes is, number one, that modules 1 through 5 of, we call it the 20x profit challenge system, with all the tools, scripts, slides, downloads, all of that, plus a jumpstart program. That's a $500 value. Now, next is the accelerator, where you get a one-on-one deal evaluation certificate with you, Neil, right?
Right.
And you get access to we have a private group for the bronze members, but when you sign up for this, you're going to be a silver member. So we're going to give, or you're going to be a ticket holder. So you're going to give access to the Commercial Profit Power group. So we have 2 groups, kind of the basic and advanced. So you'll be in the advanced group. You'll get advanced tools and scripts, the advanced training modules 6 through 10, which you'll see on the webpage, right? All of the titles and the agenda and what you're going to learn, right? Then those are the 2 first parts. The next part is you get a ticket to the October 27th, 28th event in St. Louis. Information's on the webpage. You get your seat, you get your manual, we'll even give you a recording of the event. We are going to record the event. So if you decide you can't come and you want to keep, stay part of, keep the package or whatever, then you will get recordings of the event. But this is really for people that are going to come to the event. Okay.
Right.
So we have a bonus call in November on advanced marketing. You're also going to get 2 calls. That's after the event, and 2 more fast result implementation calls in November. So you get the support before the event, at the event, and then after the event. And that's a great way to do it, Neil. So good job.
Thanks.
All right. Now, seats are limited. First come, first serve. We only have 100 seats. It's the Mom's House Event Center in Chesterfield, Missouri.
Yep.
Yeah.
Suburb
It's about-
of St. Louis. Yep.
Yeah, you fly into St. Louis or you drive to St. Louis. A lot of people can drive.
Yeah.
And there's so many flights to St. Louis. I looked at that, and the flights are cheap.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just recently went to a couple of events where at the last minute I said, okay, yeah, I'm going to go. Right. And I still didn't have to spend a lot for a ticket.
Yeah.
So I know there's not a lot of time to decide you're going to spend the time at the event, but here, that is the game changer. The game changer is actually integrating all this in a group, getting your questions answered, maybe working on some deals that you have, meeting the other people, the stuff, we call it the seminar. After the summer, there's the stuff you learn outside of the event, like at the bar or at meals and stuff.
Right.
Lifelong relationships. It's just, are you ready for it? If you guys want to get out and have some fun, come to this event, plan on coming. Okay. And you can drive, you can fly. We have a recommended hotel. It's a 6-minute walk to the event center because it's not it's very convenient. Some people I've talked to have already been to that event center. They say it's great.
Yeah, it's great.
All right. So that's the package. And so go to 20xdeals.com. Go ahead and decide if you want to come. Go ahead and if you're not certain you can totally commit to being there live, go ahead and sign up. You can cancel. No penalty. Okay. But just let us know if you we'll send a confirmation, right? And you'll confirm, yes, I'm going to be there. And then, but if you don't show up after you've confirmed, then you actually, the deposit is non-refundable. That's why we have a deposit. Okay. All right. So they're also there. You'll see on the website, there's a gold upgrade. If you want to upgrade to gold, or if you want 2 tickets, either you want to be a VIP and get all these extra stuff, or you want 2 tickets and be a VIP and get all this extra stuff, sign up for the gold upgrade. So some people, Neil, they'll sign up for gold and they don't even need the 2 tickets. They just have 1 ticket, but they want the VIP benefits and they want the VIP resources, the gold resources that are in the academy. And you'll see that.
You're exactly right. We've got a lot of VIP things at the event. And so you're right. It's worth it just for that by itself.
And when they sign up for VIP, they also get a one-on-one acceleration coaching call with you.
Correct.
And they get another deal evaluation certificate, right?
We've stacked some bonuses on there to be able to make sure that we accelerate their success.
Well, your time is limited, but with the VIPs, you're going to have that 30-minute, one-on-one call with them so that you're just focused on them, right? It's kind of like coaching, right?
Exactly.
And then the deal, you'll have 2 deal evaluation certificates so you can book time to work on deals and make sure that it's a deal or get help on the deal and all of that. And if you want to partner on a deal, then just let Neil know during those calls. All right. So and then you'll see some other benefits. There's a gold library, legacy impact mastermind call library that you get. So go ahead and decide $500 refundable deposit or add an extra $497 to that. So $997 for the VIP upgrade. It's a one-time charge. There's no recurring charges. There's no recurring memberships. These are one-time things. The only thing that you owe later is the $4,500 when you do your deal, unless you get it wiped out, like we said. Okay, but there's no auto charge. In fact, Neil, you said it's on the honor system because you're not going to be chasing down people that are not keeping promises.
Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. So how do we know that we did $100,000 deal? Well, it's on the honor system. I'm not going to chase you down. We've given tons of ways for you to turn that into zero. Even simply as just having a call with me and sharing your story so I can share it with other folks. We've made it as easy as we can. Yeah,
they can do a deal and not tell you and not pay you. See, I've done See, I've done this before with folks, and
Yeah.
I don't know if they did that or not because I wouldn't know.
Right.
I don't think I've ever found out later, but yeah, I've helped. I've done things where, yeah, pay me when you do a deal, but how do you manage that? Right.
Exactly. That's why we added the last option is simply just share the story with me. We couldn't get any
Well,
easier. Do
well,
it
look,
yourself. Great. Make 100 grand. Share the story with me. Beautiful.
look, if 20 people signed up for the program like this, right? 20 people did deals,
Yeah.
right? That's 100 grand, right? To
Yeah.
you.
To me.
Or you can spend, or you can try and collect on that, or you can go do a deal.
Or I'm going to do a deal, which is so much easier just to do a deal. Yeah. Right. Right.
All right. So I think anything else? I think we covered. I wanted to explain because people had a lot of questions, like when what's included, and do I have to come to the event, and what do you think are some frequently asked questions people might have?
Oh, good question there. A lot of people ask is, I'm in single family. I don't have the experience. Is this for me? And the answer, really is, if you're looking to do bigger deals, to make more money, to make really level up what it is that you're doing. If you want to achieve the benefits, massive passive income in just doing bigger deals, making more money, doing less work. I mean, it's right in line. It's exactly where I came out of. Single family.
You know what? I'm thinking some of the reasons why one of the biggest reasons why people wouldn't join this program, because it's a no-brainer, is because they can't come to a live event at the end of October. And I got to point out that Neil scheduled this on Thursday and Friday. So a lot of times when I travel, it's like Friday, Saturday, maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I lose a whole week. You could actually work in the beginning of the week if you want.
Yeah, right.
And you go out, you travel on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? And you can go home on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's very easy. It's very affordable. It's not the last place I went, the rooms were like $300 a night, $400 a night. Yeah. And it was in a resort area. Yeah. Look, when I go into an event, I don't want to pay for all the bells and whistles because I'm usually not going to use them. I'm in the event.
Right.
So I love the venue. It's very easy to get to. It's very affordable. And I think the schedule is good. I know next time you do an event, you're in 2023, maybe in the spring or something, it'll be a different type of event. It won't be this program. It won't be this program.
No.
And it will probably be 3 days, but this is a one-time opportunity. Why else do you think people would not want to enroll?
Yeah, no, good question.
It's usually belief, money, or time, or belief, money, or time.
Yeah.
Money's a no-brainer.
Money's a no-brainer. Make the time work. Yeah, make the time work.
Make the time work. And we have a lot of ticket holders that have not confirmed yet because they're trying to like sort things out. It's like sort things out, move mountains, come, because they want to be there. And
want to be, and what they're going to leave with is so tangible, so actionable on the backside. I mean, this is, you can see we've already structured this because it's about doing deals. That's what I'm interested in. And so I got to make sure I set you up for success to actually do deals.
The other reason would be belief is they don't believe this is for them or it will work for them. So the good news is you get to try everything risk-free. Right. You get the entire training instantly. You get to go through the entire thing before you decide if you actually are going to come or if you are going to use the system. It's totally risk-free.
Yeah. You know why we do that? You know why I do that, Richard? Because I know if somebody will come, show up and do the work, meaning do the work when they go back, the system works. Just work the system. That's all.
Well, not only does the system work for you, but we already know it's working for the people you've taught over the past couple months.
I taught 2 partners in July on the free training in July. They've got 2 self-storage units, properties, complexes under contract today from the free training I gave them in July, and they'll absolutely be there at the event.
All right. Tell me about the 6 preferred, what's good about your system is very focused, like we talked about. It's kind of like a formula, right?
That's
so
right.
What are the 6 asset classes do you think that because I know you want to kind of spend more time on that, but you recommend that they kind of here you give them some ideas on those 6, and then they pick one to kind of focus in on to get their first deal. Because you know what happens? People think, I'd love to do tons of deals, but it's overwhelming.
Right.
Focus on the first one. All right, what are the 6 assets?
Yeah, the 6 big that we do, although it works for any asset classes, there's 6 big ones that we focus on and we buy in my office. Self-storage units, mobile home parks, apartments, industrial has been on fire in the last year. Office and retail.
Now, there's a lot of people that teach self-storage, mobile homes, apartments. So they got this specific training. And that's good if you want to expand and into that particular asset class. But what you might find is, using Neil's system, is you can do multiple asset classes. You don't have to be an expert at every one. You learn those as you do those deals. And it's nice to have, don't be too picky on the asset class, but in the beginning, choose one.
It's good.
Right?
It's good to get narrow, get focused, get your first deal. And what will happen, Richard? I mean, think if you got a first deal and it was great, you're super happy, and an opportunity fell in your lap, that was a total win, but not the same asset class as your first deal. Wouldn't you want to know how to do it?
Right. And this is where you can actually make money on non-deals, is if it's not your preferred asset class, or if it's not in your local area, or if it's not an area that you want to own, or for some reason you don't want to own it, we have a community of people that will take those deals. Neil will take those deals, right? You can go ahead and flip those deals, or Neil teaches you actually how to tie it up and, actually list it with a commercial broker and sell it to someone else. You did that a couple times for over $100,000 on properties you never owned.
Correct.
This year.
Three times. $103,000, $124,000 in change, and $136,000 in change.
And you never managed the property.
Never management. You know what? Never even been to the property.
So it was like a double closing, or Correct. You got paid out of closing, right?
Yep.
So what you did is you found the deal, and then you found the buyer. And the way you found your buyer, now, did you list all 3 of those, or how did you find a buyer on those?
All 3 of those we listed for sale in the open market.
Now, a lot of people, see a problem with that when you're in the house business. Yep. Is you're trying to you're trying to list a property. Yeah. This was before you owned it. You listed a property with a commercial that you didn't own.
With a commercial realtor. Yeah.
I know people try to do that with houses, and some people do that successfully, but it can be very complicated. But in commercial space, it's not an issue. It's kind of normal.
It's totally different. There's way more flexibility in the commercial space about how we can execute on something versus the highly regulated single family and MLS business. In fact, Richard, we just listed another property today, another apartment complex, which is being sold off to somebody else. Same exact process.
Yeah. I mean, that should get people excited. So this is the real deal. So if you're interested, go ahead and sign up. Go to 20xdeals.com. Go ahead and join our community, 20x Profit community, the Facebook group. When you get into the academy, join the group. And then if you have any questions, start interacting with the group. And if you sign up for this program, you're actually going to have access to the Commercial Profit Power group as well, where those are your buddies. Those are the people that are coming to the event with you.
That's right.
So we'll have, by the time the event starts, we'll have about 100 or so in there. Right now, I think we have 60 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but the other group, we got hundreds, but a lot of people are inactive, right? And it was to support those 5-day challenges. We're not doing any more 5-day challenges because we don't need to. Maybe next year, but I think, Neil, what you should do, since you did such a great job, is just go ahead and sell that 5-day challenge as a basic course.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Anything else?
Thanks, Richard. Good to see you.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
I'm pumped. We're counting down the days now. I'm super excited. I'm excited to see everybody in person. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be. They're gonna get a lot out of this.
You gonna buy me a Mai Tai?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy you 2.
Oh, sounds good. All right, bye.